Valentine's Day can be a fun and exciting time for your children. This homemade Valentine's snack idea is a healthier option you might consider to replace with the more traditional sweets. So today we are going to create a healthy Valentine's snack, which is a Valentine sandwich. I decided to use some guava jam instead of strawberry jam because I wanted to keep it as local as possible. What we need are some sliced loaf, preferably 2. And since I didn't own a hot cookie cutter, I decided to create my own. First thing you do is tear out a sheet of aluminum foil. Then lay the sheet out so that the longest side is the horizontal. Next, I decided to go with a 1/2 inch section when folding, and I continue folding this because it gave me a more thick feeling which kept the shape better. The tighter it is the more sturdier cutter you will have. Next, you fold into a heart shape and you then crease the middle and tape them down. And there you go, you have your very own hard cookie cutter shape. I decided to make a larger one and one smaller one. First, gather 2 slices of the sliced loaf bread. Use your hard cookie cutter or your homemade hard cookie cutter shape to cut in the center of the piece of bread. If you look closely, you will see the imprint. Just continue pressing down as firm as you like and keep sturdy hands and rip the bread apart from it. Be very careful when taking out the excess pieces. Repeat the same steps. After taking them out from the cookie cutter, I cleaned up the edges with a knife. Next, I toasted the bread. You don't have to, but I toasted mine to make it a little more firm when spreading the jam. As I stated before, if you like it to be more local, I am going to use guava jam, but you are free to use strawberry since it's more red in color. Next, spread your jam. Allow your children to use butter knives to spread the jam evenly. In total, I now have 1, 2, 3, 4 hearts. On another slice of bread, I added peanut butter to give it a nice contrast. Providing children to assemble their very own snack is a great way to provide practice in developing fine motoring skills, hand-eye coordinating, and self-help and independence in your child. If you have more than one child at home, provide each child in your small group with 2 slices of bread, a small bowl of jam, and a spoon. They can share the hot cookie cutter. And as always, my favorite part, Auntie Michaela loves giving you all a video montage. You all know we can't leave here with a nice background story. Who's ready for Auntie Michaela's story time? Now, at the time, Rome was ruled by an emperor called Claudius. And he was very angry because no one wanted to join his army. Could you believe that? Let me break it down a little more for you guys to understand why he was so furious. You see, back in those times, most men wanted to have families and get married, and they wanted to stay home with their wives and children. Yeah. But the Emperor Claudius then said, nobody can get married. Yes, he said that no one can get married. If I can't have my army, you all can't get married. So, he assumed that men would now have no families and now they would want to join his army. So he thought. Let's dig a little deeper. But it had someone who was very humble, kind, but a bit defiant. He was a priest, and his name was Saint Valentine. You know what happened next? Let me tell you. So, Mr. Valentine, he allowed these men to marry their sweetheart. Yes, he was so defiant, but in a loving way. But to contrast, this only happened behind closed doors in private, They couldn't marry in public. When the emperor heard about this, he was outraged. Thus, he ended up sending these said soldiers to arrest Mr. Valentine and threw him into jail. Consequently, while Mr. Valentine was in jail, Mr. Valentine began to teach the blind daughter of his jailer. Watch how funny life works. This was Julia. When he died, he sent a letter signed Your Valentine. But the story says that the Valentine died on February the 14th, and now every year on this date, people send out cards to their loved ones. And it's called, could you guess it? It's called Valentine's Day. Did you enjoy your little story time? And as always, guys, subscribe, thumbs up the video, and share.